Excel is a program we use every day in our work. Let it be a complicated macro or a simple addition. Today we will see some formulas which will make our daily task much easier. So let's see what those formulas are. First formula we are going to see in this video is how to change the cases. Let's go through this with an example. I have these texts in simple letters. Let's try to change them into capital letters. To do that, all you need to do is click on the plus sign on your keyboard and then type upper and then press the tab, then select the text in simple letters and click on enter. You see now the text has been converted into capital letters. You can simply copy the formula and paste it to the other cells to make them into capital letters. Suppose if you have any text in capital letters and you wanted to convert it into simple letters, then what you have to do is again click on the plus sign, then type lower and press the tab, then select the text in capital letters and click on enter. Now you can see the text in capital letters have been converted to small letters. Say if you wanted to make the starting letter of the word capital and the remaining in simple, then click on the plus sign, then type proper and press the tab, then select the text and click on enter. So all the first letters of the word have been converted into capital and the rest in small letters. The second formula we are going to see is how to find duplicates. We will go through this too with an example. You see in this example we have the invoice date, invoice number and the amount. And you all know the invoice number is unique. We can't use the same invoice number for two different customers. To find out if an invoice number is already used, select the invoice number column, then click on home and go to conditional formatting and then highlighting cell rules and duplicate values and select OK. If you have entered the same invoice number, it will show you in red. I will type a previously used invoice number in this cell to see if our formula is working. Here you can see the duplicates are highlighted. Now let's move on to a little complicated but a very useful formula, which is Vlookup. Again, the best way to learn this is with an example. In this table you can see the sales information on how much items are being sold by the agents. However, the unit price of the items are not given. You can see we have a separate price list sheet in which they have given all the price details. It's a hassle to go to the price list sheet and copy the values of the items and paste it in the main sheet for every line item. And imagine you have 1,000 lines in your sales sheet, you will spend days to fill this out. With the Vlookup formula, you will be able to fill this out in matter of minutes. To create the formula, click on this cell and put the plus sign, then type Vlookup and press tab. Now the formula is asking for the lookup value. In this case, we need the price of the items, therefore the lookup value will be the item cell, which is column C and row number 6. After you select this cell, press the comma on your keyboard. Now you see the formula is asking for the table array, which means this formula wants to know in which table the prices are given for the items we are looking for. So go to your price list tab and select the entire table. After you select the entire table, press F4 to lock the table and again click on comma on your keyboard. Now the formula is asking for the column index, which means it wants to know in which column are the prices in, and the prices are in column 2. So simply type 2 and press comma. Now the formula wants to know if we want an approximate match or an exact match. Select the exact match and click on enter. You can see the Vlookup formula has captured the price of the chair from the price list sheet. For the rest of the items, simply copy and paste the formula or drag the cursor to see their unit price. With this formula, even if there are thousands of line items, you can get the answer in no matter of time. Okay, now let's move on to pivot table. Pivot table is one of the powerful features in Excel. A pivot table summarizes large data and provides meaningful information. Let's use the same example we used in Vlookup to find the sales performance of the agents. To insert pivot table, select the complete table, then go to insert, and select pivot table, you can see the table we selected is highlighting. There's also an option if you wanted to create the pivot table in the existing worksheet or a new worksheet. I will want the pivot table in a new worksheet and we'll click on OK. Now we have the pivot table field on your right. You can drop the agent and item fields in your row section and the units and total sales field in the values section. So we now have the information on the items they have sold, how many units and their total sales. The final function we are going to see in this video is text to column. There are two examples here. In both I have used random names, and if you noticed in the first example there is no comma after the first name, but the spacings are almost the same. Suppose if we wanted the second name to appear in the second name column, this function will come in handy. To do this, first select the names, then go to data and click on text to column. You can now see there are two options, delimited and fixed width. Select the fixed width since the spacings are almost the same for all the names. Then click on next. After this, click in between the names to separate them. Suppose you insert the separator in a wrong place, simply double click it to correct it and click OK. Now all the second names are in the second name column. In the second example, the spacings between the names are not the same. However, there is a comma in between the names. Again, to separate them, select the names, then go to data and click on text to column. Now select the delimited option and click next. In the options given, select comma and click on finish. So all the second names have been arranged accordingly, even though the spacings in the names are different. If you have any questions on this video, put them in the comments below. If you find this video useful, give us a like and subscribe to our channel.